A floating market was opened near Thailand's government house in a program promoting Thai way of life and traditional arts. The Culture and Sport Ministry organized the floating market at a section of Klong Padong, Krung Kasim Canal right next to Government House recently. National artists' works and folk arts items from across the country were displayed at the market, Culture Minister Veera Rojparjarat said. To preserve Thai way of life, which is closely related to waterways, the floating market featured traditional foods and products. Some artworks by national artists were put on auction at the market. Initiated by Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, a similar floating market was opened in February last year. It was intended to preserve Thainess and promote eco-tourism. A painting made by an elephant attracted cash donations for war veterans in commemoration of the Thai Veterans Day. A male jumbo, Peter, 13, showed his artistic skill by painting a poppy flower on canvas by a real flower held by the chairwoman of the Veterans Family Support Foundation, Mrs. Nantawan Mekyai. The painting took about 15 minutes to finish as people watched the jumbo patiently carried out his work. After it's finished, many people expressed interest to buy the painting in order to help support the foundation. It was sold at an undisclosed amount after the activity. Each year, the foundation makes hundreds of thousands red poppy flowers made of fabric to raise funds for the veterans' families. This year, Mrs. Nantawan said the foundation expects to sell more than 800,000 flowers in various places across the country. The foundation will hand over a building to the Nakhon Phanom Patrol Police School and provide agricultural tools for farmer veterans in Ayutthaya as part of the activities to commemorate the Veterans Day this year. In the midst of El Nino, some farmers in Maguindanao province in the Mindanao Islands still managed to harvest their rice crops during a respite from the dry weather. In Datu Paglas town, farmers were thankful for their harvest achieved with the help of irrigation. After harvesting their rice crops, farmers turned to mango crops for sustenance and survival, as the next cropping season is still a few months away. Mango beans are heat resistant. Meanwhile, farmers in Davao del Norte and Compostela Valley in Mindanao got a short respite from the dry El Nino weather when some rain fell overnight in their area. They say the rainfall helped their crops, and the farmers immediately set about using fertilizer on their crops and pumping water into their fields. They said that if the rain didn't fall when it did, they would have lost most of their crops. Fish pond owners are also relieved. They said their fish ponds are close to drying up until the rain fell. These farmers made an appeal to government for help to make up for their lost crops and to mitigate the effects of El Nino. Indonesian custom official authorities have foiled an attempt to smuggle more than 4,000 protected baby turtles worth tens of thousands of dollars to China recently. More than 3,700 pig-nosed turtles and nearly 900 snake-necked turtles were found hidden in containers in a building on the outskirts of the capital, Jakarta. The turtles were reportedly due to be sent through the airport, and airport customs officials succeeded in stopping the smuggling bid. The turtles, worth an estimated $90,000, were concealed among clown loach fish, which can be legally exported from Indonesia. The reptiles were destined to be flown to Guangzhou, southern China. The International Union for Conservation of Nature classifies the pig-nosed turtle as vulnerable and the snake-necked turtle as critically endangered, and says both species are popular as pets. Some turtle species are also popular in China as exotic food or for use in traditional medicine. Indonesia, a tropical archipelago of more than 17,000 islands, is home to a kaleidoscope of exotic animals and plants, but the illegal trade in wildlife is rampant and laws aimed at providing protection are often poorly enforced. Numerous endangered species, from the Sumatran elephant to the Javan rhino, have been driven to the brink of extinction, with poachers targeting them for their body parts for use in traditional medicine. Orangutans have also seen their habitats destroyed due to rapid expansion of palm oil plantations. The Cambodian government have begun testing villages in Sambor Meas commune of Kandal province for HIV after a public health NGO discovered an apparent outbreak of the virus, confirming 14 new cases in the 3 villages during a test in early February. During the first day of testing in PM village, where 10 of the cases were discovered by NGO, 4 people tested positive for the virus, according to Dr. Lee Peng Sun, Director of the National Center for HIV of Ministry of Health. He said 279 people have been tested. Of those, there were 4 positives, 3 females and 1 male. The result is small in number, unlike the figure given by one organization. Commune Chief Ms. Nem Yang said that a team from Kilmara organization was responsible for the initial round of testing on 47 people. Those tests produced 14 positive diagnoses that were then confirmed with a second round testing at Kandal Samdak EV Referral Hospital. While a number of villagers initially interviewed said that they suspected the syringes of a local doctor were the source of the rash of the infection, Dr. Lee Peng Sun said there were no immediate plans to investigate the physician. However, Dr. Lee Sovan, spokesman for Cambodia's Ministry of Health, said that the government will launch an investigation into this HIV outbreak in Kandal province. The ministry insists that Cambodia has learned from the past incidents and is adequately prepared to respond to any outbreak. This is the second HIV outbreak after an explosive outbreak of HIV uncovered in Bantambang province's Roka commune, where more than 280 cases have been discovered among fewer than 900 residents starting in late 2014. An investigation into the outbreak laid the blame at the feet of a local unlicensed medical practitioner who was found to have been reusing needles. The transfer of traditions has become increasingly hard in an increasingly homogenized world. However, the residents of the Central Highlands are fighting a hard battle to preserve their unique Gong customs. The cultural heritage of the Central Highlands is testament to the area's diverse beauty. But most importantly, the humble gong holds a special spiritual meaning for people in the Central Highlands. For residents like Ahmad Dang, it is a privilege and duty to preserve these sacred customs. Ahmad Dang from Dak Lak province said they still remain attached to the old traditions. They must pass them down to the younger generation. They all must know how to play the gong and to dance. For him, it's an honor to be able to preserve the culture. Everyone in the Central Highlands could play the gong in the past. Nowadays, however, the number of skilled players has significantly reduced. The local authorities are planning to implement concrete conservation and promotion plans. Phuong Khan Gyan, Deputy Head of Culture and Information, Dak Lak Province, said in the old days the community organized cultural activities in public places. Now it comes down to each household. Each family has the responsibility to preserve and to promote the traditional customs of the Gong culture. Fortunately for the Central Highlands, more young people understand the significance of the gong. They understand this is the spirit of their homeland, and UNESCO's recognition of the gong and its associated culture as a masterpiece of the intangible heritage of humanity has helped in preservation efforts. A group of researchers from the Malaysia Science University or USM has produced a kitchen waste carbonizer system which is capable of converting kitchen waste into carbon. The system was designed specifically to enable all types of high water content organic materials to be processed without having the need to go through the drying process first. USM Head of Research Professor Dr. Zainal Alimuddin Zainal Alauddin, who is also the Dean of the USM School of Medical Engineering, introduced the product at a special press conference in Penang recently. Dr. Zainal said the Kitchen Waste Carbonizer System or KWC is a very practical system where the waste are first separated into organic and non-organic materials. The organic materials are then put into the machine and heated to 400 degrees Celsius for about 2 hours. During this process, the heat generated will cause the moisture content in the waste to evaporate, and when all the moisture is removed, it will turn into carbon. The carbon produced could be used as a high-grade smokeless fuel for cooking and domestic heating, as well as plant fertilizer. KWC is based on the concept of zero waste as indeed a highly effective way to curb the problem of the disposal of domestic waste, which could help reduce the impact on the environment. For every 4 kilograms of organic waste that is put into the system, about 400 grams of carbon are produced, hence a reduction of almost 90% of the original weight of the kitchen wastes. The present system could accommodate a capacity of 20 kilograms of kitchen waste at any one time. It can be modified to suit the needs and load capacity, with a maximum load of up to 200 kilograms of organic materials. The KWC has attracted the attention of a local company and several potential industry partners from Saudi Arabia and India. The selling price per unit is $10,000 or 40,000 ringgit. Potential customers would comprise hoteliers, restaurant operators, student hostels and school canteens. The product won a gold medal at the 14th International Conference and Exposition on Inventions by Institutions of Higher Learning or PACHIPTA 2015 in December last year.